The man who destroyed Ryan's life was sitting at his funeral, crying the loudest, and Ryan had called him his best friend. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go back to where this all started. Because to understand the ending, you need to understand just how perfectly this trap was built, and who built it, and why. Because this isn't just a story about betrayal. This is a story about how the people closest to you are sometimes building your destruction while looking you directly in the eyes. Still with me? Good. Because it gets worse. 6 months before all of this, Ryan had everything. Good job.
Yes, it
Corner
was so
office.
embarrassing.
A promotion on the
I
way.
wish I'd seen
A
that.
girlfriend
Oh,
named
stop it.
Sarah
And
who
then
he
you
was
just
about to
walked
propose
out?
to. And a
Without
best
his
friend,
shoes.
Alex,
No way, that's
who he'd known
hilarious.
since they
I
were
know,
12
right?
years old. Life wasn't just good. Life was exactly where Ryan had worked so hard to put it. And then one Tuesday morning, his boss Marcus called him into the office, closed the door, and slid a folder across the desk. Inside, emails, financial records, fraudulent transactions, Ryan's name on every single page. I'm sorry, Ryan, Marcus said. The evidence is overwhelming. Ryan couldn't breathe. This isn't me. Someone set me up. Marcus, please. Marcus stood up, didn't even look at him. Security will escort you out. And just like that, in less than 10 minutes, everything Ryan had built was gone. Most people would have given up. Ryan almost did. For 3 weeks, he barely left his apartment. Curtains closed, phone off, empty bottles on the floor. But Sarah refused to let him disappear. She sat with him in the dark, held his hand, and one night, she said something that changed everything. Ryan, you didn't do this, so someone else did. Find him. And that was it. That was the moment Ryan got up. He covered his entire wall in photos, strings, documents. He barely slept. He barely ate. 2 months of obsession. 2 months of digging through everything. Until one name kept appearing. In email headers. In file metadata. In access logs. Daniel
Here's
Hayes.
the name.
Ryan
Daniel
circled
Hayes.
his face in
I'll
red
circle it to
and
highlight.
started planning. He had
Here we
no
go.
idea that every single thing he just found was put there for him to find. Ryan met Alex at their usual coffee shop,
This
laid
place is
everything out on the
nice.
table.
Yeah. I like
Alex
their
leaned
coffee.
forward, studied the
Glad we could meet
documents,
up.
and said, "Are you absolutely sure it was him?" 100%, Ryan said. His emails, his signature. He fed false reports directly to Marcus. He wanted my position, and he took it. Alex was quiet for a long moment, then nodded. "Be careful, Ryan." Ryan walked away, feeling something he hadn't felt in months. Purpose. But here's what Ryan didn't see. The camera staying on Alex. After Ryan left, Alex didn't look worried for his friend. He didn't look concerned. He looked relieved. He picked up his phone, typed one message to an unknown number. He found Daniel. He's going tonight. Everything is working perfectly. And then he smiled and ordered another coffee.
Black.
Ryan showed up at Daniel's door that night. Knocked hard. Daniel opened, confused, then scared. Ryan pushed inside, slammed the folder on the table. 6 months ago, you destroyed my life. These are your emails. Your name,
What is it?
your signature. I want to hear you say
Right
it.
here.
And this is where it
Show
gets
me.
interesting. Because
This can't
Daniel didn't
be
deny
real.
it. He didn't get
How
angry.
could this happen?
He didn't call the police. He went pale, grabbed the papers,
Wait,
and
that's
said,
not right.
"Where did you get these?
Oh no,
Does it
something's
matter?" Yes, it matters. Daniel pulled out his own laptop, his own files. Because I've seen these before. Someone sent me copies 3 months ago, anonymously. Look at the IP address, Ryan. That account was never mine.
Yes, I
Someone
confirm.
built it to look like
The
me.
information is
Ryan's
accurate
brain
and
started
up-to-date.
working fast. Then who sent me all of this evidence pointing to you?
Understand.
Daniel looked at him, dead serious. Someone who knew us both. Someone with access to company files. Someone close enough to you to control
Sending the
exactly
update
what
now.
you found.
Feedback
And
sent, waiting
exactly
for
when you
reply.
found it. Ryan's
Agenda
phone
out.
buzzed.
All set.
A text from Sarah.
Yes,
How did
I
it go?
confirm that.
Is it done? Ryan stared at
Information
those
is accurate
words.
and up to
Is
date.
it done? Why would she say that? Why would she phrase it like that? He scrolled back. Every tip that pointed to Daniel. Every document. Every anonymous lead. All of it. Sent by Alex. His best friend. Since they were 12 years old.
Good
The room
morning.
went completely
Weird ready.
silent in Ryan's head. "It was never you," he whispered. Daniel shook his head. "We were both set up by the same person from the very beginning." Ryan stood up slowly and said 3 words. "It was Alex." Ryan called Alex. Voice completely calm. Meet me. The usual place. Alex walked in smiling. Same smile as always. Same confidence. Same best friend energy. And Ryan thought, how many times had that smile been a mask? When Ryan laid it all out, the smile didn't disappear. It just slowly became something else. Something colder. You were always too smart, Alex said. Why? Ryan asked. Just that. One word. Why? Because Marcus was going to give you the director position. Not me. 8 years I gave that company. 8 years. And he chose you. You, who had been there half the time. Ryan stared at him. So you destroyed my life. Over a promotion? Alex leaned forward. Voice like ice. I destroyed your career. Life is what you made of the rest. And somehow, that was the most terrifying part. He didn't even feel sorry. And then Ryan's phone lit up. A message from Sarah. Visible to both of them on the table. Marcus saw the recording. He knows everything. It's over, Alex. The coffee shop went quiet. Ryan picked up the phone. Read it again. Then looked up at Alex. She knew. Not a question. A realization. Alex said nothing. How long? Alex looked away. 2 months. She came to me when she figured it out. I told her if she stayed quiet, you'd never know she was involved at the start. Involved at the start. Ryan felt the floor shift beneath him. Sarah had given Alex access to his company files. She didn't know what he'd use them for. She trusted her boyfriend's best friend. But when she found out what he'd done, she had a choice. And she chose silence. For 2 months, she held Ryan's hand in the dark, told him everything would be okay, wiped his tears, and said nothing. Nothing. Sarah was standing outside. She already knew. She'd come herself, eyes red, hands shaking. Ryan, I didn't know what he was going to do. You have to believe me. When I found out, I was terrified. But you said nothing. I didn't want to lose you. You watched me lose everything, Sarah. You sat beside me while I fell apart. You held my hand. And every single day, you knew. She grabbed his arm. I called Marcus tonight. I sent him everything. The real files. The real story. I'm the reason Alex is done. I did that. For you. Ryan stopped. Didn't turn around. Just stood there. In the cold. In the dark. And after the longest silence. That doesn't fix what you did. He walked away. And Sarah slid down the wall behind him. Crying. Completely alone. And here's what made it so devastating. Ryan didn't look back. Not once. Because some things, even when you understand them, you just can't come back from. Marcus called. Offered Ryan everything back. Job, title, reputation. Ryan said 2 words. Keep it. And hung up. He sat alone in his car, in the silence, and let himself feel all of it. The friend who smiled while building his destruction. The girl who loved him and still chose fear over truth. The boss who believed a folder over a decade of trust. And Ryan realized something. The thing that actually breaks you is never the fall itself. It's looking back up and seeing who pushed you. Alex was arrested the next morning. Sarah moved out 2 weeks later. Ryan never went back. This has been the setup. And if this story made you think of someone, I hope you looked them in the eyes today. And I hope you chose better than they did. Drop a comment right now. Who was the real villain? Alex, who planned everything? Sarah, who stayed silent? Or Marcus, who never questioned it? There's no wrong answer. But I want to know yours. Subscribe, because next week's story is even darker than this one.